This is a former RAF base in West Raynham on a windswept, unwelcoming and chilling Norfolk landscape. This is night 5 of Most Haunted Live.
This is Most Haunted Live. This is Norfolk, and this is the enormous and enormously frightening abandoned RAF base in West Raynham. It is freezing, it is icy, but the weather may not be the only thing responsible for sending chills up the spines of the team this week. So far, we have visited 2 creepy control towers, the Armoury, Hangar 3, the Guards House, a chapel, and last night, the scariest and most intense location so far, the Sergeant's Mess. But tonight's location for the vigil promises to be even more terrifying, because tonight Yvette Fielding, Carl Beattie and the team are concentrating on the hub of this enormous location. They are looking at the nerve centre of RAF West Raynham. That's where they're going to be tonight. It promises to be rich in paranormal phenomena, and here is a little taster of just what might be in store for the team tonight.
The headquarters at RAF West Raynham was once a hub of activity. Sadly now, it is but a shell of its former self. The energy and noise of people has been replaced by a howling wind rattling through broken windows. Beneath the walls of cracked paint and crumbling decay lie signs of the former life of this building. Dusty wires and dark corners, old control rooms and discarded telephones lie frozen in the gloom of neglect. Yet the sense of trapped souls hangs heavy in the air. Perhaps hushed voices still linger on the end of telephone receivers, still waiting to be heard. This former nerve centre was arguably one of the most important locations on the base. It was here that airmen worked, formulating strategies and making key decisions. Decisions that often meant the difference between life and death. This building is crawling with shadowy figures. Many claim you can still hear the mutterings of long-dead pilots, yet what they speak of, nobody knows. Perhaps they are waiting for their fate, or perhaps their fate has already been sealed. The headquarters was the centre of communications for the base. Tonight the team will attempt to reopen those lines of communication. Only this time it will be in an attempt to contact the dead. The question is, will any spirits awaken and reply to the team's calls?
Are you frightened yet? Maybe you should be. We are absolutely live between now and midnight, and the investigation is about to begin. So, without further ado, let's get straight over to Yvette Fielding and the team at the nerve centre of RAF West Raynham.
Thanks very much, Paul. Well, we're here outside in the snow. It's absolutely freezing, as I'm sure everybody's aware. We're stood outside this particular location, which is the station headquarters. It's a big, big building, a lot of history, and I hope an awful lot of paranormal activity. So let's just walk in now and see. Chris, if you can pick up on anything in here straight away.
Okay.
And Kieran, have you done a sweep of the location at all?
I have, yeah. I've actually looked around the location, and I think you always ask me how I feel about a place. Psychologically, I think this is going to play havoc with people, because just walking around, I think it's your archetypal creepy place. It just is very atmospheric, and it does look, some parts of it, horrific.
I've had a very, very quick walk round just when I came in, just literally in these rooms here, and that was enough to make me go, ugh. Also, just to explain, Carl, Stuart, Kath, are sort of split up and they're on webcams. I don't know if you can see them now, but they've been investigating in front of those webcams for, oh gosh, quite a while now. So we're going to walk along. I'm going to ask Chris some questions, see what we can pick up, and as we'll walk towards and pick up the rest of the team as we go along. And because the camera's got such a bright white light on it, you're actually blinded, so if you bump into anything, you know. So tell me what you're picking up straight away.
As soon as we walk in, it's a business, it's a lot of energy, very much like a lot of the buildings I've been in, a lot of people working. But what struck me straight away when we walked in, there was 3 spirits immediately. Again, I won't say their second name, I'll give you the first names. We've got, apparently the 3 of them, they flew together. There's one of them, it was Walter, he was telling me he was a pilot. There's a Thomas who was telling me it was a navigator. And
That's somebody outside. Has to be.
Is it outside or
Was it?
was it in here?
I don't know. Well, I don't know, to be honest with you. The noise came from upstairs, Robin's saying.
There's no noise immediate. There's nobody immediately outside anyway.
Robin's saying he's in that little room there. Robin has to sort of be by this thing called a sound tree, which you can see, and that sort of makes sure we get all our sound to you. So Robin has to be within a short distance from there. Thanks, Robin. Okay. Right, I know for a fact that Carl is, I think, no, he's not. It's further up here, isn't he? There's all these rooms off this main corridor. This is another room here. Oh, Carl. Hi.
Yeah,
do you want to come and join us?
Yeah, please.
What are you getting up there? Anything?
Well, strangely enough, yeah, that noise, that squeaking sound.
Don't tell me it's back.
It was there. I could hear it.
No.
Yeah, I could hear it like as clear as day. I'm pretty sure the webcam mic must have been able to pick that up. But it was distinct longer. It was almost like there was more of it.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's good. Chris has picked up on 3. Sound like 3 flyers.
Yes.
Walter and.
I've got 2 of the names. We've got Walter, we've got a Thomas, and we've got a Francis. Okay. I won't give you the second names just now, but I can give you them later for the historians to check out. They were telling me that they all flew together.
Hello? Got some tapping here.
Did you see these people?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what did they flew together?
Yeah. One was a pilot. One was a radio operator. The third one I'm not quite getting through, but I think it was a navigator. And these 3, and they're telling me they used to fly together on missions.
But did they die in a mission?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you describe what they look like?
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, I can hear it. Should we just be quiet for a sec? Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Do you remember what I said? Hello. Hello means.
See if they remember.
Okay. Hello. I said earlier on, just when I came in the building earlier on, I shouted out and I said.
You also said that as well.
I said, hello, give me 4 knocks. Hello means 4 knocks. And he's just given me 4 knocks. Okay. How many of you are here right now? Eight.
I can't know.
Did you?
They're generally in the building, though, is that?
Just here right now. Okay. Are you all flyers?
You just said 3 then. You said generally here now. Then 3
Oh, okay. Are the 3 of you flyers? Yes. Okay. Let's move further on. And
Stay with you or go with
no, stay. I think stay with us. Yeah. Pick everybody up. Watching the cables as we go. So, okay, we've got eight spirits here, but 3 just watching us now. They say they're flyers, and they remembered me saying 4 knocks for hello. So that's quite interesting. So you're just picking up on these 3. So did you say they died during a mission?
Yes.
They did.
The year they're giving me is 1942.
Right.
Okay.
Can you give me something a little bit more specific?
Just Mount Stewart.
Yeah?
Just found Stuart.
Yes. Where is he?
He's up here. I'm here. I'm with the time.
Gosh, it's getting a bit smaller and smaller, isn't it? You right, Greg?
Specific like second names or
Sorry?
specific like second
No,
names?
no, I don't
or-
want second names. Just anything a little bit more. Can you describe what they look like facially?
Yeah, yeah. We've got
Okay.
all three of them are quite small actually.
Yeah.
The pilot has got blonde hair and a moustache. We've then got
Who's that? William. Where's Stuart?
I'm here about
It's so hard to see you. It's that dark. It's the light on this camera. It's so blinding. Where were you stood then?
I was standing here.
Right, okay. And
Been
you
up and
hear
down the
anything?
corridor. Well, if I can just show you quickly. do you
Yeah,
mind? In this room,
Yeah.
it's fairly quiet, and then I went in here. Now, I can't see a thing in here. The door. The door. There, I can see the light coming through that door in that corner. If you just look.
Yeah.
And it was opening ever so slightly, and I was asking it to open, but I don't know if that's due to the wind or any breeze that may have been coming through. But there were also tappings coming from this far corner.
Oh, well, this is
now,
good because-
I didn't see any of this, so
Yeah.
I didn't know it was here.
Well, this is good because we're going to come back here later on,
Okay.
so that's brilliant. Okay, so let's go back. We've got Kath to pick up now. Where's Kath? Carl, do you know where Kath is? Or
Yeah,
Kieran?
keep on where you were going before, but keep on going round.
Keep on going round. Which way? Right? I'll follow you, Greg, because I don't know. It's like a warren, this place. It's really quite difficult. Oh, there she is. How you doing? Yeah? Being watched. You can? Did you hear that noise that we heard last night at all?
No. I heard a little bit of whistling, but not that word.
Okay, all right. So Chris, you're saying facially you've got
Yeah.
somebody here with blonde hair, the pilot.
It's blonde hair. The other two, Thomas and Francis, they're both dark-haired. All three of them are, they're all small.
Age?
They're all in their 20s.
Okay,
they're
so
all,
really,
they're all in
really
their
young.
20s, yeah.
And they're haunting here because?
Because of the fact, it's very much like we said the other night, they're still fighting the war, they're still giving their all to the Queen and country. They're still,
So when you say they're still fighting the war, does that mean because they, what, they flying aeroplanes?
yeah.
Ghostly
yeah,
aeroplanes?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
So why are they here then
wouldn't
in this building?
Yeah, they're in this building, they're in other buildings.
What's that noise?
It's Carl's down there. Just checking out the area.
Yeah.
I wouldn't actually surprise me if anyone had actually seen the aeroplanes,
Right.
because it's quite a frequent thing that these guys do.
Right. Carl, can you hear that? You're not moving. Matt? Shh, stand still, please. Stand still. Hello? Hello? We get a bit of a conversation, meaning thing going on, like a kind of personal Morse code. Oh, do you understand? Can you do Morse code? Oh, that was clear. Would you like to talk in Morse code to us? Yes. Okay. Do you want to
Can I just say how absolutely amazing this is? You've had a communication with the spirit
I know.
in here. There's no one else who can be doing this, and you've gone and you're chatting away almost. It's something that the guy said earlier when we came in, and you said about the four things.
Yeah.
Just how you take it in your stride, and you're talking to something. You're doing something that millions upon millions of people on this planet would love to do, and it's just something we can have a conversation in.
But that's how it feels.
I know it's bizarre, isn't it?
No, but most
Amazing,
people
isn't it?
don't believe you. Most people don't believe you. You know what it's
You'll
like.
never convince them. That's their problem, not yours.
Okay. So,
That's just great. Sorry, Dan.
no. I was just thinking, gentlemen. Now, gentlemen. Yes. Would you be honoured guests around a table where we talk and use Morse code to you? Cool. I think we should. Chris.
Sorry, 114 or 141. I take it that must be the squadron. I don't. It's one of the two. I'm not getting it through really clear, but I think they're trying to give us some specifics. Yeah,
okay.
It's either 114 or 141.
Okay, brilliant. That's something for John and for Miriam. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Chris, for that. Right, okay, shall we? I know we've got activity here and a lot of people go, no, stay where you are. But I really want to kind of, get a more sense of this building. And I think the gentlemen that are with us, these flyers, seem quite keen on the Morse code thing. Yes. So, Carl, yes. I would suggest that we actually get straight to it, go and do a séance, and do a little bit of Morse code. Yeah, let's do it. Yep. Yeah. So it's back to you in the studio. We're going to set up to do a séance. We're going to use some Morse code. I believe that there are spirits of some flyers here, some lovely gentlemen who served during World War II, and they...
That's still here.
But that's really loud.
That's here.
And they are very happy for us to use Morse code, and hopefully we could really get some good sentences. They're saying yes now as I'm talking. So see you after the break, but hurry up. Come on then, let's go.
Thank you, Yvette. And so it begins. The team appear to have made contact with 3 presences. They're going to conduct a séance at tonight's vigil location, the HQ of RAF West Raynham, and that happens right after this. Keep watching. This is Most Haunted Live, The Silent Town. We are absolutely live between now and midnight from Norfolk, from an abandoned RAF base, West Raynham. And already the investigation has got underway, yielding some remarkable results, lots of knocking, lots of communication, and 3 names and 3 digits. The names are Walter, Thomas and Francis. The numbers, according to Chris Conway, our medium and clairvoyant, 114 or possibly 141. Let's introduce you now, or reintroduce you, to our historians, John Callow and Miriam Cook. Miriam, if we can start with you, this has happened very quickly tonight. Have you got any joy for us on the number front?
Yeah, it's really interesting. The 114 was actually the squadron that was based here in 1942.
Right, so definitely saw action in the Second World War, and yes. It was 114. That's quite a remarkable direct hit.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't leave, they left at the end of 1942, but they were here from 1940, so that's quite remarkable. Really.
That's a remarkable start to tonight. Obviously, we're still working on the numbers, and we have to have sensitivity that possibly there may be surviving family members if these people have passed away.
Yes.
What else can you add, though, John? Because you've got quite a specific description there from Chris, and also a very specific age range, younger than I'd have thought.
Well, Chris picked up on the sort of, well, he was spot on the sort of surroundings, the sort of temper of the times, that you're dealing with very young men in very extreme circumstances. The Blenheim squadron that was 114 was a three-man bomber. Very cumbersome, especially because when it had been tested out, they didn't put in all the heavy gear and the radio equipment. So it was a sitting duck really for the German night fighters, the German fighters. And some of the raids that the Blenheims took part in had 100% casualties. So these are really young men, people who'd be barely at college today, in the prime of life, doing extraordinary things. They're involved from this base in the famous Channel Dash, when the German pocket battleships, the Scharnhorst and Gneisenauer, tried to get back to their ports. And they also took part in the first 1,000 bomber raid of the war over Cologne. So these were incredible, dramatic times.
I think I'm right in saying, if memory serves, that after a while, because of this casualty rate, the Blenheims only flew during the day, which may seem even more dangerous to us, but in fact proved to be safer for them.
That's right. And as I say, they were heavy, they were cumbersome, and things changed when later on the Mosquito came in, which was more lightly armed, but very fast. So it really lived up to its name.
Miriam, I know you're an archaeologist, social historian. You're also, of course, somebody, a human being who's responding to this place. Have you sensed anything here? What impression do you get of this place?
Well, I mean, I'm fascinated by the place itself, but as an archaeologist, for me, there's so much happening here over the history of the place, from where it starts as an agricultural landscape, and then suddenly you've got this war landscape, and then it changes function over time, from training to to bombing missions, to training bombers, and then the Cold War, and there's this whole thing going on, and then suddenly you're back again into a residential. They're going to be building houses. They're going to be, you know, the control tower is going to be used for something completely different. And you think if an archaeologist was to come in the future and look at this place without any prior knowledge, what would they think? Would they just get one little snapshot of it, you know?
Fascinating. Thank you both very much for the time being. Let's turn now to you guys at home. What are you seeing? What are you sensing? Let's find out via Julian Clegg and his interactive team. Julian.
Thanks very much indeed, Paul. We'll talk about your messages from home in just a moment. But just to say, the audience here have been getting in touch with me, telling me what's happening to them. We've got some members of the audience with burning on their ears and the back of their necks. Also, Naomi, who's in the audience tonight, used to be with the RAF. She was stationed here 3 years ago, and she said the whole crew were frightened about walking through the buildings and on the airbase late at night. Interesting. Thank you, Naomi, for that as well. Now, as ever, we've got an interactive map on our website. Let's have a look at it right now. There it is, the base headquarters where we are based tonight with the team. Webcam 1 in the control room on the ground floor. Webcam 2, there it is, in the main stairwell tonight. Webcam 3 is in the finance office on the ground floor, and webcam 4, there it is on the corridor on the first floor. Now, what are you seeing on those webcams? Let's go through them right now. First of all, webcam 1 in the control room. Let's bring it up. Diane from Liverpool says, I can see what looks like a face looking through the bars. Thank you, Diane, for that. Also, Sarah and Bobby in Tamworth, we can see a figure of a man wearing a morning suit in the left-hand corner. He's a slim build and has short hair. Moving on to webcam 2, the main stairwell, there it is, and Jamie Lee from Hastings. I keep hearing footsteps. You can see a man walking down the stairs. Claire from Newton Abbot, on the middle section of the stairs, there's a figure wearing a black cloak. Thank you, Claire, for that one. Webcam 3, the finance office, let's bring it up, and Mark in Tunbridge Wells, I can see a woman with long hair standing in the doorway, and James from Murfield in the doorway. There's a very visible white mist on that webcam. James, well done. Moving on to webcam 4, the corridor, and tonight Shane in Walsall already in touch. I can see a dark figure pacing up and down. I think the name David's going to be mentioned tonight. And May from Herne Bay, I sense the presence of a little girl named Elizabeth on that one, webcam 4 in the presence of a little girl named Elizabeth on that one, webcam 4 in the corridor. Now, we want your messages, we want your sightings, of course, things you've seen, strange things at home, and also, of course, your stories about RAF West Raynham as well. This is how you can get in touch. You can text me, text the word screen, then a space, then a message to 80889. The text costs 50p plus one standard rate message. And don't forget to say who you are and where you're from when you text, so we can credit you on air. And of course, we're running a great competition. Your chance to be in the audience at the next Most Haunted Live UK event, and you also walk off with a ghost hunting experience day courtesy of Virgin Experience Days. 3 winners walking off with that, and 7 runners-up walking off with tickets for the next Most Haunted Live UK event. So here is the question, if you'd like to join us at the next show. Can you tell me what the last Most Haunted Live was called? Was it 1, the 7 Sisters of Sin, 2, the 5 Fickle Fingers of Fate, or 3, the 8 Faces of Evil? If you think you know the answer, call now 09012 933 666. So call me on this number 09012 933 666. Calls cost £1 from a BT landline. Calls from other networks may be higher, and from mobiles considerably more than that. Over 18s only, please, don't forget, and remember to seek the bill payer's permission before calling, and the lines close at midnight on the 24th of January. Entries made after closing time will not be counted but may still be charged, and the competition not open to people in the Republic of Ireland, I'm afraid. Finally, I leave you with some more messages, and here's a story from West Raynham. David in Wiltshire says, I was posted to RAF West Raynham in the late 80s, early 90s. I lived in the last block near the road. For about 6 months I experienced some very strange happenings. My door would fly open and then would stop suddenly, as if someone had opened it, even though there wasn't even a draft. I reported it, and the door was inspected. They couldn't find anything wrong with it. As the room was small, I would jump up and look into the corridor, but there'd be no one there and no noise. Very strange, and a very eerie place to live, says David. Thank you for that message. More from Interactive later, but for the moment, Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. Well, I'm joined here in the studio throughout the show by Phil Wyman, paranormal investigator. Phil, we had some amazing results last night from the Sergeant's Mess, including that weird sound, squirt almost. You suggested slowing it down. Were you impressed with the results?
I am, yeah. I've tried the experiment myself. It's based on perhaps the theory that spirits and ghosts operate on a different vibratory frequency, and therefore anything that they give out vocal-wise, it sounds like a sped-up cassette tape. So if you record it and slow it down, the slower you get it, the more sense it could make, and we got some fantastic results with it.
And the stranger it became, and we started with a lot of sound tonight at the HQ location, lots of knocking, also some very specific information earlier on. 3 names, which we're still researching, Walter, Francis and Thomas, and those numbers, which are spot on, 114. Is that common to get that specific information this early in a vigil?
Well, there are 2 ways to look at it. I mean, Chris is obviously a medium. The stronger the spirit, entity and activity there, he's going to pick up on things easier. That's active spirits. You could also have residual energies, where energies from people who have deceased are absorbed into the building, and Chris is therefore able to pick up on those energies and read them like a book.
Now, we're setting up an experiment, I understand, or Yvette is controlling, involving Morse code in the spirits. This is a bit of a first, isn't it? Obviously very appropriate for a former RAF base, but it's something new for us.
It is, yeah, and again, it's kind of based on familiarity. They would have been using Morse code here in the RAF base. The crew don't know Morse code, so if we get some kind of communication, that's going to be very interesting indeed.
Fascinating journey ahead. We are live until midnight. Thank you for the moment, Phil Wyman. This is Most Haunted Live, The Silent Town, and it continues with a séance after this. This abandoned, eerie, empty and derelict site is RAF West Raynham in Norfolk, the site of tonight's investigation. In fact, we have been here all week. This is Most Haunted Live, The Silent Town, and the investigation continues tonight with 2 more nights to come. Tonight, though, Yvette and the team have gone for the heart of this enormous site, the nerve centre, the HQ, and they already may have made contact. 3 names have emerged: Walter, Francis and Thomas, and 2 sets of digits, 114, 141. Let's get straight back now to Yvette Fielding and the team as the vigil continues.
Well, we've come to a room off one of these long corridors. Stuart was hearing noises. He actually saw a door at the back here. We've kept this particular room lit just so you can see. Where's the door?
It's over there.
Oh, it is over there. Sorry, I'm looking at it the wrong way. Stuart saw that door opening up earlier on with a light behind it very, very slowly. We've kept the light on here just so you can have a look round and see how big the room is. There's parts of wreckage here. There's one here that we all know. That's the piece of wreckage that moved on its own 2 nights in a row. There's new wreckage. There's one on the back plinth here. And all these pieces of wreckage are from the East Kirkby Air Museum. So thank you very, very much indeed for allowing us to use these as part of our investigation. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, so can we turn... Oh yes, we've got a spare chair here. We've left it here for hopefully one of our spirits of our airmen will come and join us at the table. Can we turn the lights down, please, now, Simon? Okay, let's just start off with the candlelight. Matt, you're going to listen out. We've also got the Morse code, which is the reason why we come straight here, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, should we get a little bit of contact going? And we'll do the Morse code. But also, I'm just thinking, is it probably a good idea to have somebody on hand, a bit similar to what we did the other day, where you could hear the difference between the dots and the dashes, and you can put them in?
Yes.
Yeah, can we do that as well? So listen out. So
I think Matt is the best person to say if he's hearing dot dot or dash dash, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you do that, Matt? Okay, everybody stand still. Please don't move. Okay. So anybody here? No, I can't.
Okay, I'm just telling us to write down.
I'm calling out to any of the servicemen and women that would have been in this place. Are you here?
What was that? Already? That was movement already.
I didn't hear it.
It was like...
Yeah, I heard that. Tell me. Okay. Ready? Let's listen out and see if they do 4 taps for hello. Hello? Hello? Are you there? If you are, hello? I'm calling out to the servicemen that we spoke to earlier that wanted to use Morse code to talk to us. Are you here? It's gone quiet.
Yeah, but do you know what happened? This happened last night before anything happened. It went really, really quiet.
Yeah.
Everybody just keep complete. I know it's really hard. We've all got really rustly coats on and stuff, but there we go. 3, 4. You hear that, Matt?
Got to 10.
But you were hearing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to use Morse code to communicate with us? Yes. Okay. Ready? What have you got there?
I've just got a decoder, so we can get that for somebody to say with dot dot dash dash, then I can input it straight into here.
But have you got? Is there anybody?
You want to ask the question?
Yes.
What question?
Communicate with us
You
using
happy with
Morse
that?
code? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this first one is, can you communicate with us using Morse code? And then we must all be absolutely still. Don't move anything.
Do it again. I'll do it again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I think it is?
Yeah.
It's dot dash dot.
Ah.
Okay. Continue. Quiet, quiet, don't move.
I'm not sure.
That was long, that wasn't it? Oh, God, it's so difficult.
In all honesty, though, if they can hear it at that speed, I mean, that's what was getting me with it. If you can hear it at that speed, they're going to communicate it back to us at that speed, and there's no way on earth.
No, I could hear it.
I wasn't sure if it was one that repeating or if it was the rest
You
of the
can hear.
sentence.
Oh, okay.
Why doesn't Kieran put your earphones on?
I can slow it down if you need me
Go
to.
on, Kieran, because you'll be able, and you can tap it straight in.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Hold on.
Okay. Shall I ask a question again? I'll just ask them. Okay, everybody stand still, don't move. Okay. Please forgive us. We're ready now. Please, can you give us a message in Morse code? Now, please. You're shaking your head.
It's just because I'm getting a series of letters. Because Carl's kind of right. I can hear it, but it's a bit quicker than I can type in.
Okay, let's try again. Let me just ask. Okay. Can I... Just a second. Go on.
No, go on. I was going to say, if we can actually play it out slowly, maybe they'll reply it slowly, but go on, can
Gentlemen, please, we're having trouble keeping up with the speed of the Morse code. Can you slow it down for us, please? Slow it right down.
I've got a couple of letters, SS, but I've also got the word lies.
Oh, good
with
grief.
an H. I've got SS, lies. But obviously I can't be 100% sure because you know my Morse code is just reliant on...
Okay, let me just ask another question. Can you slow your message out? Can you slow the message that goes out, Kieran?
I can slow it out,
right.
yeah, for you.
Can you put in there
Yeah.
who is lying?
Okay, hold on.
This may sound stupid, but SS is in reference to...
Yes, I know.
Yes.
As in the Germans.
The Germans.
Who is lying? And I'll slow it right down.
Slow it right down, okay? My God, if we get stuff back from this, it would be amazing. Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much. We're going to play the Morse code again. We're going to ask you a question. Can you please reply, wait till it's finished, then reply slowly. Ready? Quiet, everyone. Right, Kieran, put your earphones on. Ready? Everybody still? Please answer. Dot, dot, dot.
Yeah. Is SS.
SS?
And then there are some dots and dash afterwards, and I couldn't.
Okay.
It might be is again.
Okay,
It's
just to say...
difficult, sorry.
Okay, I'm just going to ask a question. Please, can you answer in Morse code? Please answer in Morse code, yes or no. Do you mean the Germans? What's it say now?
I would say yes. In
That's
terms of
yes.
The response, yeah.
What do you think to this?
I think it's amazing. I just wish my Morse code was better so we didn't have to rely on...
I don't suppose we've got anybody in the audience that's a fantastic Morse code.
I've just heard something similar to Morse code coming from behind you two guys from over there, very, very faintly.
Well, like a
Yes.
same as what Kieran has, that sort of thing.
Very, very light.
It's on there.
Stand very close.
Did no, someone else must have heard that.
I didn't hear it. That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So, am I to take it? Let's just move this here. Let's just move this on. I'm just going to... you might want to go night vision now. Because... Let's just put our fingers on the glass for a sec. Let's just see if this works. We've got a dot here and a dash here. Please, gentlemen, can you see we have a dot here? The airmen that have been talking to us in Morse code, we have a dot and we have a dash. This is a pause. Can you talk to us perhaps using the dot and the dash? Do you have anything to tell us using the Morse code? Okay, go.
Obviously, the team are moving slowly and cautiously because this is new ground for Most Haunted Live, using Morse code to attempt to contact spirits, to communicate with astrals. Very appropriate because we are in RAF West Raynham in Norfolk, and we return after this break when, of course, we will continue filming. If anything happens, we will share it with you after this.
Hello? Hello? That was clear. Would you like to talk in Morse code to us? Yes. Okay.
they're still fighting the war, they're still giving their all to the Queen and country.
So when you say they're still fighting the war, does that mean because they, what, they're flying aeroplanes?
Yeah.
Ghostly aeroplanes?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
So why are they here then in this building?
Yeah, oh yeah, they're in this building, they're in other buildings.
You hear that, Mark?
Got to 10.
Welcome back to Most Haunted Live, the 5th night of a 7-night investigation from right here. It is Norfolk. It is an abandoned RAF base on a massive scale called West Raynham. Now, Yvette Fielding and the team tonight are at the nerve centre of this awesome site. It is truly gigantic, 277 hectares, but tonight they focused in on the nerve centre, the hub of this operation. It is the HQ, and one member of our studio audience is about to join them. I hope him or her have brought some warm clothing. It is absolutely freezing out there tonight. They will be with the team until midnight at the very least, and that person is Anthony Delaney from Enfield, London. He is 26, works at a theatre and loves Most Haunted Live. He is joining right now, Yvette Fielding and the team. Good luck, Anthony. You might need it. Time for us now to get back to Yvette and the team. They're experimenting with a new piece of technology for Most Haunted Live. We are, of course, in a derelict and abandoned RAF base, opened in the Second World War. The team are attempting to use Morse code to talk to astral presences, to spirit beings. Let's find out how they're progressing.
Dot. Dash. Dash. Dot. Dot.
That's a pause.
That's a, I
So
don't
that's
know.
one long string.
Yeah.
Dot, dot, dash, dash, dot, dot.
Which means question mark.
Again, how weird. You see, none of us, the reason why I love this is that none of us know
Morse code.
Morse code.
No.
So we don't, now that's the second time we've had the question mark,
Yeah.
and they're wondering who the hell we are. Okay. Would you like to know who we are?
Introduce ourselves, maybe?
Yes. Would you like us to dot 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 dash 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 dot.
Is that a pause then?
Don't know. Dot. Yes.
Well,
Dot 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 dot.
dot, 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 dash, 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 pause, dot, 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 dot.
Very good, Mr. Beatty.
Dot, dot, dot.
Well, I'm only counting it up,
Yeah.
counting it up while it does it. Dot, dot, dot,
Yeah.
dash, dash, dash.
This is dot, 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 pause or dot, dot, dot?
I don't know.
Dot, dot, dot.
Dash, dash, dash.
Dash, dash, dash.
Oh, I can't remember what it was now. That's SOS.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
SOS is dot, 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 dash, 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 dot, dot, dot.
That's what it is. But there's another S. So if there's another S on the end of it, that's SOS or SOSS.
Yeah.
But why would they say SOSS? S.
Maybe they think
SOS.
that we are. We're German.
That's
Do you
the
think
worst.
that we are German? Do you think that we're German? N. N. Oh, no. Ooh. S. T. R. U. S. T.
Trust.
Trust.
They trust us.
Okay, what do we
No trust.
No trust.
If this is a community, they wouldn't trust anyone who's not ranked or...
What can we do? Is there anything that we can do so you can talk to us? Is there anything that you can do, anything that we can do to make you feel you can talk to us? Anything? I M. Ooh, what's that? D. B.
B, yeah.
A. Are you taking notes, someone?
C.
C. K.
I'm back.
Go away, whoever you are. Go away. We want to speak to the brave men, the brave boys, the pilots. We don't want to speak to you. I know who you are, and I don't want you here. Go away. Do you understand me? Go away. Can these...
Do you know what? There seems to me like this glass. It's almost like it's a battle because it's almost like it starts to move in one direction and it's getting pulled back.
Yeah. The pilots, are you still here? Are you still here? If you are, can you push this other gentleman away? He's not a gentleman, he's nasty. Tell him to go away. We just want to talk to you.
Come on, boys.
Come on.
They are still here.
Okay.
Are they finding it difficult?
Yeah. Because we've got another presence here.
Yeah.
In their own language, you can introduce yourself as an Irk.
Okay. Who?
You say my wife's an Irk?
I am.
I'm an Irk, whatever that means. I've no idea. Never thought I'd hear myself say that tonight. Does that mean anything to you? My name's Yvette.
I'm Chris.
I'm Kath.
I'm Stuart.
I'm Carl.
I'm Kieran.
And we're all Irks.
We're all Irks.
I am an Irk.
Okay.
There is another presence here.
Nasty?
Yeah.
Oh, we know that.
Yeah.
We've met him before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely.
Let's see if we can get rid of him and...
I just want this one last thing with this Morse code. Can you just give us a word with the Morse code or a sentence that would mean so much to us, please?
This one might boost the morale.
Yeah.
Have we got a speaker in here?
Oh yeah.
It's just in the corridor, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
we can hear it.
It's just a bit of tone in here.
A Vera Lynn, maybe again.
Vera.
Yeah, just to show you that we brought some music. We love this music because we know you would love it too.
And Vera
And it's a present from
lifts
us.
everyone's hearts.
Yeah. Can you hear this? Dot. Dot. Dash. Dash. Dot. Dot. Pause, I would say.
Again, it's a question mark.
I'm going to question who he is.
Put your fingers on.
God, come on, so
guys.
frustrating.
Come
Is
on.
there anybody in the audience that understands Morse code really quickly? Dot. Dash. Dot. Dash. Dash. Dot. Pause. Dash. Pause. Dash. Dot. Dot.
Yes, Karen.
Yeah. RGTD.
GTD.
Are they the initials, or
Are they your initials, or is that your rank or your serial number?
I can look to see if they abbreviate for anything.
You see, they're going to be cautious, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're not going to give us full sentences or anything, are they? Because they're not going to know who the hell we are. Can you just say hello, Yvette, in Morse code? Hello, Carl. Hello, Kath. Anything. Just say hello to us.
They're not the only ones that are using Morse code.
What do you mean?
The other ones, but the other one doesn't understand Morse code.
Good.
But he's copying Morse code.
Oh,
And
is he?
That's why we're getting a lot of rubbish at times.
Okay, please, this horrible, nasty person, he means us harm. Please help us. Please talk to us in Morse code only, because this horrible, nasty entity, this horrible energy, he wants to harm us and he doesn't understand Morse code. Please, we don't mean you any harm. Please talk to us. Come on. Come on. A message, just... S... A... D... Sad. 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 Sad.
Does music make them
Who's
sad?
sad? Is this music making you sad? S... A... D... Who's sad? Who's sad? God, I wish these pilots could just give us something, Morse code. Please, just something, anything at all. Please, you have to trust us.
Or could they speak using the alphabet? Give
yes.
their name?
Can you speak using what, the phonetic alphabet?
Yeah, I've got that written.
Can you speak using the phonetic? Oh.
Crying out loud.
Wow.
Okay.
Just keep things like that, guys. Sorry. Scared me as well.
Blimey, where's that going? Oh my...
Can't even get it.
Oh, God, that moved on its own. Did it? I didn't feel it, Kath. What's that? O. There was M before then. M-O. What's that?
L.
L. God. What's that? Can't see. X or Y. Molly. 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 Are you Molly? What's a Molly? What's a Molly, or who's a Molly, or what? The heck?
No.
Molly, S. A. What? D.
D.
Molly's sad. Okay.
Is it his sweetheart that's Molly?
I don't know.
Or is that Molly that's sad?
Okay. I don't know.
Maybe that's someone reminds of you.
Sorry?
Maybe someone reminds of you.
Okay. Are you, was Molly your sweetheart? S. Eh?
Do you remind them of Molly?
Do I remind you of Molly?
Come on.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
He's saying you look like her.
Okay. H. What's that?
A.
A. P. P.
There you go.
Y. Happy. S. Happy.
It's going to you again. You remind them of her.
Oh, do I make you happy?
You look like
because
Molly.
I look like Molly. Oh, can you...
Sorry, pal, she's taken.
Can you not see Molly now? Can you not find Molly? Can't see that. Didn't go to anything.
No.
Dot, dot. Oh, dot, dot. Dash. Dash. Dot. Dot.
That's a question mark again, isn't it?
Question mark.
That's confused. I bet he's just confused, doesn't know what's going on.
Okay. Do you need me to
What we've got to remember is before we've had this, where they're carrying on doing their daily routine, suddenly you turned up, reminded them of Molly, and don't get, if they think they're doing their daily routine and seeing you, you're probably a ghost to them.
Yeah.
And he's probably confused that he's seeing...
Oh, that's a good question to ask. Do you think we're ghosts? Are we frightening you? Do you think that we're ghosts? Goodbye. No, don't go. Don't go, don't go, don't go. Do you think we're ghosts? Goodbye. I thought you were going to say yes then.
Do they know they're ghosts?
Goodbye.
I don't want you to go. Can you tell us your name at least? Before you go, just tell us your name.
They do know they're dead. They're choosing to go back to...
I want to read. I want to. No disrespect, Chris, but I want to see it from here. Can you just give us your name before you go, please? Please. Goodbye. A secret? Oh, of course, yes. M. I. K. E. Mike. Hello, Mike. T. E. T-E-L, T-E-L. Is that M? N? N? Tell the... T-E-L-N-O, yeah? That's what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's that?
One?
One. T-E-L-N-O-1. Tell no one!
Oh my God.
We won't tell anybody, Mike.
Tell no one.
Mike, we won't tell anybody, we promise. We won't tell anybody. Tell no one.
It's a strange way of writing, saying no one, though, isn't it?
Intriguing, frustrating and moving in equal measure. Tell no one. It's like name, rank and serial number from the spirit world, and it continues on Most Haunted Live after this.